If you know where to look, foraging for food in the wild in Ireland can be a very rewarding experience. Enda McEvoy, a chef and foraging expert, shows us here some of the tasty treats that our landscape has to offer for free.
I mean, like for instance, things that we find here that would be considered weeds. Like these roses, they're wild roses, Rosa rugosa. And we can pass this around. And if you want to, well, you can have it. If you just stick your nose in it and get a smell, and it smells kind of like Turkish delight. The loose leaf roses, we usually just pick the petals off them, and what we're going to do with them is put them in with vinegar, leave them in vinegar for 4 weeks, and then use the vinegar for various things. And the roses petals themselves are pickled, and it takes down the kind of tannic flavour of the roses, and we use them with different dishes, like say we're doing it with beef cheeks at the moment. And there's other things here. We've got this one is one that I'm really, really interested in at the moment, and it's bulrushes, right? And everyone knows what bulrushes look like, yeah? They're kind of reedy, they've got a big brown head on them. Well, every part of the bulrush can be eaten. The tuberous kind of roots, they're kind of starchy, they were dried traditionally and used as a kind of an alternative to arrowroot or cornstarch, you know, to kind of as a thickening agent. And basically just take a little nibble off the top of it and just trust me. Right, this is another thing that we're pretty excited about, is wood sorrel. Now this grows on the woodlands. Traditionally it'll grow in acidic soil. It's oxyalis. It's not a member of the sorrel family, but this you're going to enjoy, definitely. But this is great with fish, for instance, and like raw meats and things like that. But it's got a beautiful, beautiful lemony flavour. And it's lovely. Even if you just go for a walk in the woods, you know, and you pick up like a little bit of wood sorrel. It's fantastic. Lady spread straw is, it's got the same chemical in it, it's called columirin. And it gives that, this kind of aroma of hay and tobacco and vanilla. We use it as a kind of an alternative. We use it to infuse for custards and things like that, you know. They use it in drinks quite a lot. To find something that elegant growing in the wild, I find quite exciting, you know, that it's not all kind of real ropey flavours and really kind of astringent flavours and things like that, you know. Things that are quite a common salad leaf, and everyone knows about this if you've got a garden and it's quite a pest, is chickweed. I suppose it reminds me a little bit about baby corn, if you've got a little flavour at the end of it. And it's a really mild salad leaf. And this is something that, because it grows everywhere, the flavour changes everywhere you pick it. If you want to add it into your salad, if you were making a kind of a garden salad or something like that, you know, it goes well as a counterpoint to sort of fatty dishes, you know. So for something there's a lot of butter in it, it's a nice kind of palate cleanser, just to counteract the old fattiness, you know, and it kind of cut through it. I mean, there's no point in all of ye going out and just seeing, like, let's say, a lot of wild garlic in the forest and just harvesting the whole lot of it, because then it's just it'll be gone, you know. Like, there's going to be so much less coming back the following year. So you have to be kind of sensitive to the land, you know, in a way. So what I do is encourage people just to maybe, if you see a nice abundant crop of whatever, chickweed, whatever, take 1/5 of it and leave it. This grows along, say, the edge of forests, the edge of fields. People make tea out of it quite a lot. I might just give you the whole lot, you can pass it along. But if you break it and smell it, it smells a little bit like, there's lavender and rosemary. It's like a mixture between lavender and rosemary, really.
Where does this grow?
This grows on the edge of fields, the edge of forests. A lot of it grows on the seashore. But it grows in little bunches like this. It's like really kind of frondy. This is really good with fish. It needs a kind of a dressing to bring out the kind of flavour of it. Otherwise, it's kind of dull on the mouth. The aroma is all about the aroma. It's good with lamb. What we've been doing with it is, let's say you'd use it in the same way as you would rosemary. You get a nice loin of lamb, you seal it, and then you're basting it. You sort of yarrow in and baste it up on top of it, so you get that lovely flavour going through the butter. Otherwise, you make a nice sort of dressing with a good, like olive oil, rapeseed oil, and lemon juice. So you need the acidity to bring out the kind of flavour of the yarrow. Meadowsweet is pretty interesting. I can pass the bag around. People have different reactions to the smell of it, and they say that it smells like almonds, it smells like kind of vanilla, but it smells like hospitals. So it does smell a little bit like hospitals in that kind of antiseptic sort of way, you know. But vanilla or meadowsweet, meadowsweet is a plant where initially the chemical for anodin came from. So it has kind of disinfectant and kind of painkilling properties as well. Every plant is different, and you have to approach it in a different way. Like, you know, like obviously the kind of leafier ones, like chickweed, you know, use them in salads or think about what will go with them. But things like this, I mean, just because they taste initially in the wild, it might taste a bit bitter and a bit astringent. Think about maybe infusing them, or maybe, you know, using them in puddings, or maybe using them in different kind of like sauces and things like that. I suppose the most sustainable way of foraging for protein is to focus on invasive species, you know, such as grey squirrel and roach. You know, well, roach is one that isn't as kind of disgusting thinking as grey squirrel, but like roach is a fish. It's in all our lakes, but it's an invasive species. It's quite tasty. It can be a little bit muddy, but if it's treated in the way like let's say garnered or something like that, if it's like baked whole, you know, as you would like a sea bream or something like that, it's quite a tasty fish, you know. This is the amazing thing about foraging, that you become more aware of your own environment and how fast it changes, and you know, I mean, like it completely transforms a walk in the woods. Let's say it's with your kids or something like that, and it slows you down a little bit. You're starting to look into the hedgerows and things like that, and you're going, oh, what's that? That looks like something else that I've picked. Maybe it's a member of this family, and maybe you bring a key book with you and you look it up and see what it is, or take a photo.
This summer, Enda opened his own restaurant, Anir, in Galway, and he serves locally foraged ingredients.